it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that thing stand away. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, grand record for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Yes, indeed. Happy football to all you fine Buckeye fans. I'm Timmy Hall. We got the Boatman back there. We are ready to go. Felt like NFL training camp out there, Buckeye style. And who better to have on the show? It's a full crew here. To my right, bopping and popping, looking fresh to death, you dig? He is my man, Tyvis Powell.
That's funny. You way to transition this one. You took something that you heard and you transitioned
What's going on?
Right there well.
What's going on?
You know, just
Snoop Dogg giving the commentary.
Busy day, man.
Love the Olympics.
Busy day. I was jealous that I wasn't able to go to practice today. Like now that football is starting.
I know.
Like
I wish our show was flipped around.
Yeah.
So we got out there to do some of that stuff when things are happening. We're here at night when everybody's having dinner and on their way home. This is fun too because I think we catch people when they're in a good mood. Like the stuff happens early in the morning, but then we get to kind of end the day the right way and break it all down, have some fun while we talk about it.
The good news is once we're done today, we will get to see. Isn't Cade Stover in action tonight?
I would imagine he would be. Why would he not?
Yeah, because it's not like he's the starter. I know
Bears guys aren't playing. We heard that. They told us that.
But Cade, because Dalton Schultz is the starting tight end. So he should definitely.
Absolutely.
He should
Why wouldn't he?
be in there. So we'll get to see some Buckeye in action tonight.
Do you remember when we sat here, and I don't know if it was week 1 or week 2, what that was, but we were sitting in here doing a show while NFL preseason was going on, and it was one of the first series that C.J. Stroud even had.
Yeah, he threw a pick.
And we're like, oh, boy.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't
not
good. Read was bad. Throw was bad. And we're like, oh, boy. Again, this is the season. Well, we're coming off of the first Buckeye practice, and media was there. Fans were there. By the way, if you were out there, please communicate back with us. Please, let us know what the experience was like. Mm-hmm. What did you see? What was fun about it? Tyvis and I were not able to be out there. We've talked to people here at the station that did their shows out there. I spoke to Bo today. So I heard from some people, but I want to hear more. The Buckeye Show voicemail and text line is there at 614-460-2896. And, of course, you can leave a little message in our chat room if you pop us on YouTube. So a couple different ways to do it. But I just think it's the season to overreact, you know? We got to wait a good month into the football season. I think when we get to that Oregon game, that's going to be the time to not even just overreact, but react, and things will be real and true. Season won't be over based on what happens in that game, but that'll be the big time to actually react. The three first games are cupcakes, and then Oregon's the real deal.
Well, I feel like everybody's building up to that one. You know, I think that everybody got that game circled because they're going to look at the first games like, like if they come out slow against Akron, okay, like, all right. Then they come out there. Usually it starts up. Now, if they come out week 1 and just dominate week 1, I'll be like, wow, yeah, this team is like legit, everything that they say. But I would anticipate that it's going to start off slow because there's going to be excitement. There's still going to be some chemistry. You know, this is Chip Kelly's first year calling plays for this team. So it's still going to be some learning experiences that has to go on in there. And they got to feel each other out. So I think their schedule is made up perfectly for them to get all of the filling each other out part out the way. And by the time they get to those big games, they should have something down. So it looks good against Oregon and the Iowas and Michigan State.
Michigan State, yeah. Let's get it out there. Michigan State is September 28th. That's the first Big Ten game. That's the first road game. And then you come back for Iowa, and then the huge big test that's going to be, what would you say, a top 3 game this whole entire college football season?
Yeah.
That Ohio State-Oregon game is going to have a whole lot.
Unless Oregon ain't that good.
I don't think that's
I don't think that's going to be the case either.
I have them as the second best Big Ten team, a little bit ahead of Michigan.
Yeah.
Just on a prediction standpoint. What about you?
That's exactly where I'm at. A lot of people got Penn State third, but I kind of
No.
Even though the Wolverines got a tough schedule.
Prove it.
Well, the Wolverines got a tough schedule.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I know
Penn State is done being great, so.
For a while
We're
now.
done being great.
James, are you sure you were great in the first place, or were you just in the hall of really good? Because that is, I think, where Penn State's program has been with him.
I give you my word.
Well, you ain't lived up to it, James. I don't want to go off on some Penn State tangent, but as we talk about the way this season is going to shake down and how everything is always in Ohio State's, not just in Ohio State's corner, the fingers pointed at Ohio State, there's expectation, right? Like in this year more than ever, we can say that until we're blue in the face, but that's what the season is all about. It's the biggest football season I can ever recall going into, with what's on the line, the 3-game losing streak, some of the cheating up there for Michigan that we don't think they're going to get hit as hard as they deserve to be hit for it. But so be it. You just got to move on, and you got to make sure that you win that game coming up. Penn State is just one of these programs to me that just, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what mountain they can climb if they can actually accomplish anything, even with the 12-team playoff.
I mean, when he said that we're done being great, I think he meant that he wanted to be like elite.
That is what he meant. But that's the whole thing. But they're 1-9 against Ohio State.
But I think what happened is he's made that statement, and then it just went the opposite way. They hover around that 10-win mark.
Roster-wise,
they had one of the best defenses. Last year, they just didn't have that wide receiver. They had like a two-headed monster at the running back room. I think this year, I seen something that they got a true freshman running back again that's supposed to be really good this year. So, listen, they're going to run the ball, and it's up to Drew Aller to make some of these passes. They got a Julian Fleming. It's time for him to prove that he wants to show people that he could be a number 1 wide receiver. Well, you got the opportunity to do that. I don't know if they still got Keenan Lambert. I don't know if he stayed or if he's gone.
I've read some good things about Julian Fleming, though.
Yeah,
and why would you not? That's the perfect kind of move for a guy like that that's right on the cusp of being one of those top guys at a place like Ohio State. Hadn't really lived up to his recruiting billing, but maybe going back to his home state is something that's going to, find him a little bit of magic.
I agree with that. I mean, I think that, one, it means a lot to him to do it in front of his friends, but now you don't have the luxury of being overshadowed by Marvin Harrison or Chris Olave or Garrett Wilson or Jackson Smith-Njigba. You don't have that. You will be the guy. And how can you handle being the guy? When defensive coordinators plan for you, how can you still win those one-on-one battles or beat that double coverage and stuff like that? So they'll be tested, but we'll see. I'm not high on Drew Aller to begin with. That's my problem. Right, I'm just not a big Drew Aller fan.
Yeah, forget about them. And you know what catches me is I just pulled up Ohio State's ESPN.com page. What's your website that you go to? If you need to find a quick stat or quickly check a schedule, what do you usually go to?
ESPN.
Yeah, why is that? Good for them, right? They've been the 4-letter guy, been banging in sports since the beginning, right?
You search it on Google and it's like,
and it takes you there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's one of the top fields. Must be nice. You get those clicks. But I'm looking at the 2024 Big Ten standings, and it just looks like a laundry list with the added teams here.
Yeah.
I almost think that I'm in the wrong place, because there shouldn't be that many teams in a football conference. But to just see it actually with my eyes on a page, like listed out: Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maryland, Michigan State, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern, Ohio Sate, Oregon, Penn State, Purdue, Rutgers, UCLA, USC, Washington, Wisconsin. So many teams.
And I got to know all of them.
Yeah, you do. You got to know some facts about all of them, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. We talked about, first practice. We're going to get to a lot of it. You're going to hear from Ryan Day. That's coming up here. So a little ins and outs of the hour that is to come. Ryan Day in the next segment. Beers and Buckeyes with our guy, our reporter, Patrick Murphy, who is out there today. And I know he's got some under-the-radar type of observations that you might not have read about just yet from Buckeye practice. A little football is cruel type of story at 6:48 that we'll give you. In the 7 o'clock hour, 7:33, a surprise. We will get the backstory of the Ohio State team handball tracksuits, which has sort of been an icon of Tracksuit Friday that had become a big thing in the spring and earlier in the summertime here, when Common Man and I would start trying to one-up each other with tracksuits.
I like the logo. I've never noticed the guy doing the jump and throwing like that.
Right? Yeah. And this is the time to get in on a sport like handball because the Olympics are happening and the time to shine a light on the sports that don't get a lot of that love. So at 7:33, we'll tell a little bit more of that story. But as far as overreacting goes on a day one, I will bump it up and I'll just say, maybe you have one of these games against a MAC school, right? Where you're just not clicking. because these are opponents, Akron, Western Michigan, and Marshall, where you're not going to be too happy about a 21-10, you know? That's going to set off some alarms here in this town. We know it will because we've seen some games like that before against MAC schools or lower conference schools. And if you go on the road to Michigan State, as they're trying to build back up, they got, T-Bone, Jonathan Smith, new head coach, but they've been really, really bad, and the Buckeyes have been pounding them more than really anyone in the Big Ten if you look at the last 4 years of the scores. If that one is a little concerning, and then you got one home game to get touched up before the trip to Oregon, then you'll be able to start overreacting a little bit. If that Michigan State game is dicey, then there'll be some talk.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
you'll need to drill them. I think you'll need to look really, really good in all 5 of those games before you go to Eugene.
It's hard to tell because Michigan State, they got a new coach. But I thought they had some decent players there last year. I kind of think that the players, once the allegation came out with the head coach, it just seemed like
them off.
Yeah, the whole season they just like kind of quit on the season. So getting a new head coach in there and establishing some ground, I don't know what their first couple of games look like, but if they win those games and everything is clicking, you never know. Michigan State, on paper, when I was in college, didn't seem like a really good team, but we struggled with them almost every other year. So you never know. You can't never count Michigan State out.
All right, we did a lot of them on yesterday's show, but this is a question a lot of Buckeye football fans would like an answer to. Was Ryan Day ready to answer it? You'll hear from him next after practice today. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Death, taxes, and beating Michigan every damn year. This is your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The drums bang, the flame sparks, the trumpets blow, the hot dogs sizzle, the crowd cheers, the fans eat. The sounds of Buckeye football are synonymous with the best damn band in the land in the stadium and the Weber Grills outside the stadium. Weber is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. To celebrate another season, Weber is launching a limited edition Ohio State grill, inspired by our Buckeye helmets. Get the best damn grill in the land at Ohio area retailers near you ahead of the football season.
Everyone has their favorite pizza topping. What's yours? Crispy pepperoni, family recipe sausage, fresh green peppers, or something unexpected? When it comes to your favorite toppings, Donato's doesn't take them lightly. Actually, quite the opposite. They pile them on from edge to edge. Too much of the good thing, never heard of it. Now for a limited time, get 25% off when you order online and pick it up in store. Use promo code TAKE25. That's TAKE 25. Donato's. Every piece is important.
They're trained. They're prepared. Let's do it. They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mock Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mock Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
We don't talk about politics on The Fan. Instead, we welcome Buckeyes fans, NFL fans, and anyone looking to escape the never-ending cycle of misery. You're safe here, friends. The Fan, home of the Buckeyes and Ohio's politics-free destination.
We're 1,000 miles from the southern border, but illegal immigrant crime is in our backyard.
This man is charged with aggravated murder after a body was found in an alley just north of Cincinnati. Furman Garcia Gutierrez is an illegal immigrant who's been to jail nearly a dozen times, deported 7 times.
Senator Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio that release dangerous, illegal immigrant criminals like this one onto our streets to commit even worse crimes in Ohio and across the country. Call Senator Sherrod Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S1068, the Stop Dangerous Sanctuary Cities Act, and start voting against dangerous illegal immigrant criminals and for our safety in Ohio. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hot and humid with a few thunderstorms to end off this Thursday evening. Temperatures running around 90 degrees. Overnight, mainly clear skies, light winds, warm and muggy by Friday morning in the low 70s. Mainly late day and evening thunderstorms possible again on Friday, otherwise mostly cloudy with temperatures in the upper 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The show where we pay people extra to host with Timmy Hall. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis. Happy Thursday. My favorite day of the week. Ladies' night. Thirsty Thursday. Beers and Buckeyes with Pat Murphy coming up at 6:33. You good?
I am.
You look like you had something to say.
No, I was,
Just kind of staring at me with weird eyes.
First of all, I got 2 things. One, I'm upset with you because you're really gonna throw that V word around. It just gives me the
the
V word.
I was thinking, why did I think a different thing when you first said V word?
You can throw that V.
Something that doesn't enter into my life a whole lot.
Bodie, he just throwing that V word around. It gives me the creeps. Like, it makes me itch.
What was the V word? Exactly. That's what I said.
You don't know what the V word is?
Victory?
No.
V-I-C-T-O-R-Y?
Thanks, Rudy.
It's called...
That was a John Favreau thing.
Vacation.
Oh, vacation.
Vacay.
Yeah.
I got it. Look, I got to do one more. I've been here 12 years, okay?
They have like 2 months, 6 months vacation, whatever Timmy's got over there.
I'm not Beam, all right?
I was
the
off.
glitch.
I was off yesterday from like everything. Like, I had nothing, no responsibility yesterday. And I felt
like a Wednesday Ted.
I felt terrible.
Stop.
I was sitting. No, seriously. I was sitting at my house and I was like, I don't like this. Like, I like to go.
Got
to
an
work.
octave right there.
I gotta go to work. Like, I gotta do something.
What about the weekend that you had? Because you and the missus were planning on going to Punta Cana.
Yeah.
And you were going to go to Puerto Rico, or the Dominican Republic.
Yes.
Right. And you decided against it, but you did get rid of the kids, the children for a weekend, and you had a nice time, right?
It was a great weekend. We went bowling Friday.
Look at you.
We did 3 games. She won 1. I won 2, of course.
What's a game of bowling cost these days? $12.99?
No, it was like, I think it was like $65.
Dear God.
For an hour.
You pay, it's for the hour. My God. You remember when bowling was like $3 a game, and if you played 2, you'd get the third one free? It was never more than $10, and you could play as long as you wanted to play. Bowling is one of the worst examples of our economy. It's just jumped. It's gone. Who can afford it? Ex-NFL athletes. That's it.
It was a good time.
I'm glad you guys had fun.
Me and her haven't done that in quite some time. That was like our thing before we had kids. And so that was nice. And then we went to dinner. We went to Lincoln Social on Saturday, which was a place we've never been to. And
Not Kitchen Social.
Lincoln Social in the short north. Really good place. First time being there. It was some nice scenes in there and got to people watch and, had some good food there. So, yeah.
I went to one of your spots, too. I checked out the Restoration Hardware for Sarah's 40th birthday last Friday. How do you think it was?
I know how it was.
Yeah,
it was delicious.
The only problem is I was still recovering from the chili dog, so my appetite was not all the way back. Like my food intake, I wasn't sick or feeling ill, but it wasn't until a couple days ago, it was a full week, I would say, since the chili dog incident, that I was able to eat my normal portions again. And you know me, I like to eat for fun because I see something that looks good. I want to eat it and not be full.
You should have rolled it out. If your appetite was shot, you should have just rolled it out to where it was like, all right, this is the new me. I'm not going to eat a lot. I'm going to just eat salads and I'm going to just continue to eat healthy. And lose weight. That if it happens to me,
come on, man.
I pray.
The ribeye sandwich, the burger they had, the fries. She got the truffle fries. I got the regular.
Oh, you should have got the truffle.
Well, she got the truffle fries, so I tried those.
How were they?
They're divine. How do you think they were? All right, Tyvis, let's talk some Buckeye football camp. This is the question, right, that we're going to need an answer to, and Smart Money says I'm not going to get it when I click the button. If you guys didn't hear Ryan Day talk about the timetable to name a starting quarterback today, when, you'll read that wide receivers like Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith more stole the show than somebody like Will Howard at this practice.
I mean, it has to happen. You can't force it. But, yeah, ideally, we'd like to, have someone as a starter and then go into the season and get going with that. So, how that shakes out, I'm hoping that, it happens in the first week to 10 days. But, it's the same thing that happened last year. Like, I'd like for it to happen. It didn't. Even after the first couple of games, I didn't feel like it happened. And then it obviously got to the point, after we won the big game that was appropriate. But, we'll see how it shakes out. And I think all the guys are doing a good job. I think we're going to need them all, like I said. But, you'd like to have that done in the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, you really would. And again, I don't want to overreact after the first practice, but when you're coming in here with so much experience like Will Howard and you're, fifth in the chain in Heisman odds, there's expectation that comes with that. You make this move, there's expectation that you win the job and you do a damn good job with the job.
If he didn't win the job, it would be like...
It'd be a little troubling for me.
I'd be like,
it would be.
Like, first of all,
obviously,
I would feel bad for him because it's like this your last shot. Like, this is like
human part of me would.
It's too late to transfer. You can't red shirt. You can't. This is your graduate transfer season. Like, this is it. So, like, for him, it's all or nothing. Like, he has to win the job if he wants to go pro after this, and. Yeah, he better leave, no doubt. I tell you, but Devin, I don't think Devin Brown going to let it just slide. So it's going to be quite interesting to see who creates the separation.
So Dan Hope and Andy Anders from the guys at 11 Warriors, they were there like watching and scribbling notes and paying attention to things. And they said, Will tossed a couple of tight spirals early in the practice, but he had some struggles pushing the ball downfield when it was in 7-on-7s. And he underthrew a lot of deep balls, not things you want to be hearing. Also missed a throw well behind Will Kazmarek on a short crossing route. So, again, like when you're striving for perfection, right? And you're especially, you want your misses to be small. I think that's the thing with a quarterback. You want to be known for being dead-eye accurate. That's, I think, a badge of honor that you would wear as a quarterback. Like, I'm going to go out here and spin this thing. Like, where do you want the football? It's a perfect day out here. I will put it right where you want it.
That's a lot. It's shocking because these guys spend all offseason like throwing to each other. And yes, don't get me wrong, when you got somebody that's there and knocking off the time in the routes, like that still shouldn't affect you that much, especially when you talk about a guy like Will. Like, I would have rather heard them say he was overthrowing stuff because when you think about Will Howard,
charged up,
his thing was he has a big arm, he's 6'5", he got a cannon, and he can run. Like, it was like very Josh Allen like. Like, that's when you think about that. So I didn't really want to hear the underthrowing. Like, if you're gonna throw it, always err on the overthrow. I get that you want to underthrow it to give them a chance, but just overthrow the thing.
Day one.
Because you never know. With these receivers that you got, they might run underneath it.
Here's Ryan. It wasn't all bad. Will Howard, he says, threw with a little bit more pace and some accuracy today.
I thought there was more zip on the ball, and I thought there was more accuracy today. For day one, that I did notice that. Again, day one. What are you going to do with day one? But I thought the ball came out with more pace. I thought he had more discernment. And I thought there was, some accurate throws out there.
It's interesting that we play that clip because that's about the exact opposite of the short little blurb that we read. We read about balls being underthrown and missing several throws. Now, again, that's 5 throws. I don't know how many he wound up throwing throughout the course of a whole practice. If, every other one was darn near good, then that's a good percentage. Football's a game of percentages, right? But here was another one on Ryan on how he challenged Will to change up his body.
Yeah, that started right when he first got here. We got Kayla Olson involved and Mick and everybody we could. We had the opportunity to use DEXA scans here to get an idea of their body fat and their, their makeup and their lean mass. And, he got challenged. And, it's one thing to put on weight, take off weight, but when you're talking about body fat and lean mass and those type of things, you'll just see him. He looks different. He's moving different. He worked hard on that, changed his diet, changed his workout plan, and dedicated himself to the off season. And I think you're seeing that right now. Now he's got to sustain that throughout the season, but I forget exactly what he weighed in at today, but he's moving well for his size.
All right, so it is about time to do a little beers and Buckeyes. So why don't you just go on and get you a nice cold glass of lemonade, Tyvis, to prepare for the segment. Our guy, Pat Murphy from Bucknuts, he, of course, was there for the practice as well, and I believe he's got an under-the-radar observation for us. Beers and Buckeyes is coming up. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. You're home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Let's think winter for a second. I know, not cool. For a lot of us, though, last winter, our heating bills were stupid high and our homes were freezing, and we did nothing. It's Bobby and my friends at Pella Windows, the window that you, Columbus, voted the leading and most trusted, are giving us a reason to think about winter now with a very legitimate offer of 0% financing for, get this, 60 months or 50% off qualifying installations. Good through August. The local Pella team is amazing, so go check them out at PellaColumbus.com.
Ignite your Irish spirit at the Dublin Irish Festival, August 2nd through 4th. Prepare to be blown away as you explore one of the top Irish festivals in the US, drawing over 100,000 guests to Dublin, Ohio each year. Enjoy 7 music stages, 60 acts and more than 800 performers, epic Irish entertainment, great food and more. Get your tickets at DublinIrishFestival.org.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you need a new roof but you're not sure you can afford it, no problem. Right now, Able Roof is offering no payments, no interest until 2026 for qualified buyers. Yep, that's the same Able Roof that's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. Want more? Able Roof will give you up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, or windows. This is a limited time offer, so call Able Roof today.
Call Able for the proof. 444 Roof. Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
Experience a piece of history this September and pay tribute to those that have served in the Vietnam War. Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit the Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havener Park in Liberty Township. Witness the official 3/4 scale replica of the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public 24 hours a day until 2 p.m. on the 15th. For volunteering opportunities and to learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
Who are the people that serve part-time in the Ohio Army National Guard? We are your neighbors and friends. We are your sons and daughters. Our service is providing us valuable job skills, and it pays up to 100% of our tuition. We're proud to serve our state. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with the Ohio Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/OH.
Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Introducing Optimized IT, the managed services division of Modern Office Methods. With our cutting-edge managed IT services, we ensure your business always stays ahead of the curve, keeping you one step ahead of your competition. We bring proven management strategies to the table to support your current IT team, as well as provide insight on how to maximize efficiency, helping you achieve your goals faster. Concerned about security? Our backup solutions help guarantee your data is protected around the clock, giving you peace of mind. Start at OptimizedIT.net for your free IT assessment. Stay ahead, stay secure, and stay optimized.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Drink up, Slappy. It's time for Beers and Buckeyes with Patrick Murphy.
Our guy, Pat, he knows show loyalty like nobody else. Did I hear you on another fan program on a Beers and Buckeyes Thursday, Pat? Repping that brand, talking all things Pat Murphy, how I'm a married man now and have a beautiful red beard.
I know station loyalty. I guess that's how I would put it, not necessarily show loyalty. Yes, I was on with Rothman and Maddie earlier today. They asked. I obliged. They did not mention my engagement, which is the first time I've been on the station since that happened, and no one's brought it up. So actually, that was nice to not talk about me for a little bit.
You know, Pat, it's weird.
All I want to talk about.
It's weird to me that you were able to go to the Buckeyes practice, but you can't come to the studio with us anymore.
Yeah, I guess Tim is spiteful, and the invites keep getting lost in the mail or something.
Well, maybe you'll save Beers and Buckeyes Thursday just for us. Maybe you'll do that.
Here's a thought. You should just put something up in the studio that says, Pat is ours on Thursdays, and just let everyone know, because I think the only reason I keep getting asked is because I don't turn people down more so than, well, I turn Beam down sometimes because that's way too early to get up. Yeah.
Yes.
But other than that.
As you should. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. I like Rothman and Ice. I actually got to host with Maddie on Monday. That was like the first time in God knows how long that I had done a show with him. So that was a good time. That's a nice shift, I got to say. I gotta say that 12 to 3 is a lovely shift. But Pat, well, Tyvis is like keeled over laughing right now. You saw so many things out of practice today. Everybody's talking about the quarterbacks and how they played, and a couple wide receiver studs that were out there. Start with the big, like the things that we got to hit on, and then we'll get to some of the under the radar stuff.
Well, real quick, I think even more so than their hours. Maddie and Anthony have gone out to bowl games. I've hung out with them out there, and I haven't seen you at a bowl game. So you may want to talk to somebody about that.
And Super Bowls. Super Bowls.
Yeah, right. So, but what people care about is the Buckeyes. So big things, quarterback. Look, I think Ryan Day talked about Will Howard after practice, said he thought he looked more accurate, more zip on the ball. I think that's a fair assessment, though I still think there is work to be done there. I thought Devin Brown looked the best of the quarterbacks today. And I think, and I said this on that other show, that it has more to do with the timing and chemistry that Devin Brown has with these receivers. And Will Howard is still building that more so than anything. Like the throws necessarily weren't bad throws, but sometimes the receiver either didn't stop when he was supposed to, in the zone, or, the throw was just a little off. And I think these are things that can just be fixed with more and more reps together in actual, practice settings and not just throwing on air. And so I think Will Howard has a chance to kind of make up some of that ground. But Devin Brown certainly has that as his advantage, as does Will Howard in terms of his experience in actual games and things like that. So for the quarterbacks, that's kind of my assessment. The offensive line, we can't really say anything about it. They're not wearing pads. They're not doing much. But Sonny Styles at weak side linebacker was interesting because he was with Cody Simon quite a bit in practice, and that's not what we saw in spring. It was C.J. Hicks more often than not.
Well, Pat, take me to the defensive side of the ball, particularly in my neck of the woods. How did those DBs look today?
Good. I mean, this secondary has the chance to be all-time great. I mean, you think about the names, that alone, the starting guys, that's a great group. And then you go to the second string, so to speak, and you're talking Jermaine Matthews Jr., who had no issues starting against Penn State last year. Talking Calvin Simpson-Hunt, who was a higher-rated recruit than Jermaine Matthews Jr. and looks the part today. Had some good plays. You've got Aaron Scott Jr., the freshman, coming in and getting some work with the second team. The safeties, which I thought may have been an issue. They've got Jaden Bonsu and Malik Hartford, who's now wearing number 9, which took a little bit getting used to back there. You added Keenan Nelson Jr. from South Carolina, too. So this group, I mean, you've got talent, you've got depth. I think this group is set up for something special, and that's coming off of being the top-ranked pass defense in the country statistically last year.
Pat Murphy is with us for some beers and Buckeyes on the Buckeye shows on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I like the little photo of, was it Emeka and IGB? Was that the photo you posted up there? Yeah. And you also, for some under-the-radar stuff, you texted me 2 names. One was one of the hot names, and Carnell Tate, but another guy on defense that really nobody has talked about yet, and he's maybe more of a guy for the future. But what did you see today?
Yeah, Gabe Powers. I thought he popped a little bit more than I had at least noticed in the spring and in the past. There was one play in particular where Quinshon Judkins came out of the backfield. Gabe Powers went step for step with him down the sidelines. The throw was a little over Judkins anyway, but Powers was right there, so I'm not sure Judkins makes the catch. Quinshon Judkins, by the way, while we're talking about him, I was talking to somebody there about how good he is in the new college football video game. He absolutely looks the part as well. So I don't know if the spin move is as good as it is in the game, but
he's amazing.
He's another one. People already know about him, though. But yes, Gabe Powers is a guy. He's not, like you said, he's probably not going to play a ton this year, but could break into maybe a 4-man rotation with Cody Simon, C.J. Hicks, and Sonny Styles potentially. I don't know. It's something to keep an eye on, I think.
Pat, you put this tweet out there. It really caught my eye, and you were talking about your biggest takeaway was Demarion Witten is a legit receiver. What made you say that, and what did you see from him today?
Well, first of all, I think the fact that he's still listed on the roster as a tight end is just silly because he may have done some work with the tight ends. I didn't watch every snap that he took, but he's lining up as a wide receiver. He was a wide receiver in high school. Maybe at some point in his career he'll be a tight end. But right now he's clearly going to play some wide receiver and help add depth in that room because they've got plenty of tight ends. But I thought he made some nice plays. For a guy who missed spring, didn't enroll until summer, I didn't think he looked out of place at all. Still a freshman. I don't want anyone to get too excited. And obviously that's a room that's got some really talented guys. But if they keep him at wide receiver or even if they move him to tight end eventually, I think he has certainly some potential, another Glenville guy that, could make a name for himself down the line at Ohio State.
That's interesting. Well, Pat, because while you're hitting on wide receiver depth there, we've heard the coaches talk about how they want depth at that position, but you look at the names and you're saying, well, what do you mean? There's so many good ones. Stop me at the name where, there's really not a chance for someone to throw up, say, 350 receiving yards this year. Because you've got Emeka, you've got Jeremiah Smith, you've got Carnell Tate, you've got Brandon Ennis. Would you throw Rogers out there and then Jaden Ballard and clip it there? Where would you stop it,
Yeah, I would say, and again, this is based on one day of practice and maybe some from the spring too, but Rogers to me looks like probably that cutoff unless Jaden Ballard really comes on. It still seems to me that I'd love to see it, a guy late in his career. Same thing with Kojo Antwi, but Rogers looks the part. He obviously went in the transfer portal, came back, so he's refocused on Ohio State. And also, we haven't seen Brian Hartline go deep in a rotation in quite some time, right? Now, I know there's a lot of talk about it because there's a long season and things like that. But when the chips are down and you're going to need your top receivers out there, how deep does Brian Hartline trust? And I think right now it's probably 4 cutting off at Brandon Inniss. But I think Rodgers could work his way into that based on what we've seen. And, you hope that you can get more depth. Ryan Day said 7, 8 maybe. But, in terms of guys that are going to get to play a lot or that mark that you mentioned, I'd say probably top 5-ish or so.
All right, to the beers portion, time to talk some suds. So, Pat, when football is back, what do you find yourself sipping on? We got an NFL game tonight, Hall of Fame game. What do you fall back on? What's safe?
Yeah, I'm excited for the Hall of Fame game. I know a lot of people don't get excited for it, but it's just first football game where you can crack a beer and enjoy it. Yes, absolutely. What do we have here? Oh, I've got some Coronas in the fridge. Sarah and I had another couple over for dinner last night because we do that now as engaged people. And he brought my buddy Darren brought a case of Corona. So I'll probably have a few of those. Got some limes. That's kind of like lemonade, Tyvis. I don't know if you knew that, but
it is. It's like a beer drinker's lemonade. You put 2 lime slices in there too. Dom Toretto style.
Disappointed in you, Pat. You were supposed to say, you know what, I'm getting wild tonight, and I'm going with the lemonade. But it is what it is.
Maybe if I come in the studio, that would be my answer.
I'll tell you what, Lincoln Social, great lemonade. Top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier lemonade.
Fresh squeeze lemonade there.
I don't think it was fresh squeeze, but whatever it was.
No, they're not
delicious.
They're not giving you Minute Maid lemonade.
It ain't that. It's not Minute Maid.
Yeah. No, I can go with just a straight up Mountains or Blue, Pat. Just something old, tried and true. Tap the Rockies, Coors Light. Cold brewed. It just speaks football. They had the contract for so long, the partnership with them, and those press conference commercials that were always so funny. So I could go with something like that. It just speaks football to me. But, buddy, enjoy it. Thanks for coming on and talking some Buckeye football. You're free to go on any show that we'll have you because we love you so much.
Hey, you were the only one that has a segment for me, and I will always respect that.
Just remember where your show open is, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the segment open. All right, Pat. Good stuff, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Yep, there he goes. Our good friend, Pat Murphy, on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Tyvis, you know this. Football can be cruel sometimes. We got the latest example that hits close to home next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The drums bang, the flame sparks, the trumpets blow, the hot dogs sizzle, the crowd cheers, the fans eat. The sounds of Buckeye football are synonymous with the best damn band in the land in the stadium and the Weber Grills outside the stadium. Weber is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. To celebrate another season, Weber is launching a limited edition Ohio State Grill, inspired by our Buckeye helmets. Get the best damn grill in the land at Ohio area retailers near you ahead of the football season.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint. With their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind or grab a carryout. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Everyone has their favorite pizza topping. What's yours? Crispy pepperoni, family recipe sausage, fresh green peppers, or something unexpected? When it comes to your favorite toppings, Donato's doesn't take them lightly. Actually, quite the opposite. They pile them on from edge to edge. Too much of a good thing, never heard of it. Now for a limited time, get 25% off when you order online and pick it up in store. Use promo code TAKE25. That's TAKE 25. Donato's. Every piece is important. Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Sunday is the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, Listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tino and Devere Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Meet Abdullah Mahmood, problem gambling counselor at Maryhaven. More and more people are falling into problem gambling. It can happen so quickly that you don't realize it until you face a crisis. Gambling issues often connect to depression, anxiety, or other addictions. Maryhaven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance. Confidential and judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Experience a piece of history this September and pay tribute to those that have served in the Vietnam War. Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit the Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havener Park in Liberty Township. Witness the official 3/4 scale replica of the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public 24 hours a day until 2 p.m. on the 15th. For volunteering opportunities and to learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
Raid wants to know, what would you do if you could confidently face every day knowing you and your loved ones are protected? Would you sing along to your favorite song at the top of your lungs? Turn off the GPS and let your heart do the guiding. Go to the drive-thru and order one of everything. Feel the buzz of confidence of knowing you are protected with 65 years of insect science in your hands. Raid. Protection for everyone.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The home of Big Ten championships and future first rounders. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis with you guys on a Thirsty Thursday, my favorite day of the week. It's actually my second favorite day of the week. Wednesday was my favorite this week because today is my Friday. So I got a little trip coming up. But before we continue, I want to tell you about my friends, my guys at Tri-State Men's Health. There's this little thing that can affect men. You know what it is, Tyvis?
What's that?
You know what that thing is? Two-letter acronym. Nobody wants it, but you can get it. ED. Yeah. Erectile dysfunction. Terrible condition. You don't want it. Causes stresses in relationships. It creates anxiety, undue hardships on a man. I'm a man. And often on their partner as well. That'd be my wife in this situation. I don't want to do that to her. I would never want to do that. Many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. All you got to do is seek treatment. Tri-State Men's Health is going to have the right treatment to fill your needs. Go to tristatemenshealth.com, take a look around there, or give them a call, 800-900-9654 if you want to do it the old-fashioned way. The initial visit is going to be just $99. It includes a consult with a licensed medical provider, professional either way, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. If that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have 6 wonderful locations, 2 here in Central Ohio, the one in Hilliard there that I see for the low T treatment. Get it looked at. Get things pointed in the right direction. Get things pointed up. Don't keep your erectile dysfunction untreated. Don't have to feel that way anymore. Just tell them Timmy Hall sent you. Tri-State Men's Health. Tyvis, football sometimes can be brutal. I think we know that. Anyone that has played it knows that. You know it really well, physically and emotionally.
Yes.
And I know it was you crack jokes about it and everything, but I'm sure you have nightmares about that guy that comes around asking for the playbook, right?
Oh, yeah, the Turk.
The Turk, yeah. What's his name calls you? The guy that's with the Washington Commanders
Adam Peters.
now. Adam Peters is calling.
Yeah,
No.
talking about the Grim Reaper. You there. If you see him in that locker room or you see him standing by the locker room, oh, man. Told you I had a good relationship with him. I used to be like, "Is you coming to see me? Like, is it me?
Yeah.
Is it me you're looking for?
I can see it."
And they'd be like, "No, you good." I'm like, "All right, cool." Whew. But when he do say, "Hey," they want to see you upstairs. It's like, oh man, no. But yeah, it's not a good feeling.
Is it me you're looking for? Please no. Well, then there's the other side of it too, and that could be injuries, the physical side, and just the toll it takes on your body. What was the worst injury that you ever endured? Did you ever have anything that you felt was super serious or always bothered you, hampered you? You tried to favor it?
I think all of my injuries, I've had 2 surgeries, 2 things that has my wrist. I broke my wrist, and I had a sports hernia. But the one injury that it's never been a time where I was like, I can't play. It's only been like a one time in my career I was like, I physically can't play. And that was when I was in Dallas and I actually pulled my hamstring for the first time.
Wow. It wasn't either the things that you had to have surgery on.
No.
It was the
hammy. I played with my wrist broke all the time. And then when I had the sports hernia, I had it during spring ball. And I literally went through all 15 practices because they was like, me and Vaughn had both got hurt, and they let Vaughn sit out, and they had me finish the spring, and then I got my surgery after the spring.
Do you feel like you were relatively lucky in that regard? That you were able to get through a whole football career without any major injuries?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I'm thankful for. The biggest thing is that I never suffered a known concussion, I should say. So that was always the big thing for me. But to not have to, tore my ACL or MCL or anything in my knees or anything like that, I was always thankful that wasn't a thing for me.
And then on the eve of this camp, this is where football is really cruel, because sometimes you got all sorts of different stories with football players, right? But then you occasionally see these where you just throw your hands up and say, come on, that's not fair. That is not fair. And Court Williams is one of those guys who played football for the Buckeyes but didn't really get to play a whole lot of football. It was more of a Cameron Babb situation where good team guy around, there for camaraderie, for leadership, but couldn't really get out there and get the health, the string of good luck to go out there and lead by example. He had 4 knee surgeries and 3 shoulder surgeries spread across 5 years of football. And before camp got started up here, he announced that he's done. He's done with his playing days as far as football is going to take him.
Yeah, and I feel bad for him because I remember coming in here when I was thinking about coaching, right? So this was this 2020? When was Coach Combs here?
That sounds right.
2020, I think. That 2019 or 2020, whatever that was. And I remember that he was a guy that was burning up the film. He would stay after. I remember I sat in on a DB meeting, and he was one of the guys that stayed late, watched film. He was really trying to be perfect. He was trying to perfect his craft. And everybody always said that he's going to be really good. He's a really good player. And I never got a chance to really see him because of the injuries. I think the only time I got to see him maybe was the Rose Bowl. And you could tell that he was hurt. He had some injuries and he was still trying to catch back up to his old self. So it's just unfortunate to see that a guy that was that highly regarded and that talented never got his opportunity to really live out his dream. I knew he was good because he wore number 2. You don't just get number 2 coming in.
That's one of those sought-after numbers, right?
If you get number 2 as a freshman, that means you are that guy.
He was a 4-star dude and highly sought after. And look, he was a team captain ahead of the 2022 season.
Yeah.
He's a team captain. Played a little bit in that 21 year as a backup safety, but just had another torn ACL during preseason camp that next year, and it never clicked in. This was Coach Day talking about Court and his situation.
Court, when he first got here, you recognize very easily and very fast how disciplined he was. He was one of the first guys in the building, earned a leadership role on the team, but was just kind of decimated with injuries and was strong in his faith. And it was very hard for him to step away. But But he, even though he didn't get a chance to play on the field as much, he did have a great leadership role, similar to Cam Babb and what he did here. So a lot of the guys are going to miss him. He just went recently on an internship to NFL league office in New York. I know he's trying to figure out what's the next step for him, but yeah, he'll always be welcome here, and the guys look up to him.
I love to hear it, though, that he wants to stay connected to the game of football that he loves. I mean, kind of got cheated out of having a full college football experience, but it's how the dice rolls, right? It goes around and comes around. It stinks.
Yeah, hopefully, the good news is I think Ryan Day does a good job of keeping the door open. You've seen Cam Babb come back, and he's here. Use that Buckeye network to further your life, and hopefully, if he wants to be around football, if he wants to coach or something, be an assistant, hopefully Ohio State and Ryan Day and that coaching staff do a great job of giving him the opportunity to do such things.
We here on the Buckeye Show are sponsored by our friends at CareSource. We thank them for presenting our lovely radio show here. We're going to keep our finger on the sport we know and love. It's the College Football Pulse and the NFL Pulse, too. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you can lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
Hot under the collar? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix that fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Ah, the sounds of back to school time. There's plenty to about this time of year, so let Cane's take something off your plate by putting something on it, like hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm pretty well. Starting with baseball, they just got underway a short bit ago at Progressive Field in the first of a 4-game set between the Guardians and Orioles. Cleveland enters the night with the best record in all of baseball, and Baltimore's 1 game back of them. Right now, they're in the bottom of the first. The Guardians just took a 2-1 lead. As for the Reds, they're off tonight. They'll be back on the diamond tomorrow night when they host the Giants in the first of a 3-game set against San Francisco. Also in baseball, this news came down the wire within the last hour or so. Angels outfielder Mike Trout will miss the remainder of the season after suffering another meniscus injury. Trout had surgery back on May 3rd to repair an original meniscus tear in his left knee. And tonight we have the NFL Hall of Fame game between the Chicago Bears and Houston Texans. Kickoff will be shortly after 8 p.m. next hour. You can hear that game here on The Fan with coverage starting at 8. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Hour 2 of the show. Timmy and Tyvis here with all you fine Buckeye fans as camp has begun. We will be out there again tomorrow. Morning Juice and Bishop and Friends. And then Fan Sports Saturday with this guy right here. And Eric Reeser. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain.
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
That's the
and
only
then
thing.
Fan Sports Sunday as well. Really cool thing. It was fun to catch up with Bo Bishop, who obviously came down to Central Ohio to be out there at the shows on campus. And, he's been around the Browns with his work with Cleveland. Like, you're doing work with the Browns radio network too, but he's gotten a taste of what those NFL training camps are like. And a lot of people have that have, either gone down to Cincinnati or gone up to Berea or now out to the Greenbrier where the Browns are doing their training camp. I talked about this last week or earlier this week. I've been to a training camp practice at the Greenbrier. Actually, it was the year where James Laurinaitis was playing with the New Orleans Saints. Michael Thomas was with them. Still the Drew Brees era.
Von Bell was there.
Yeah, Von Bell was there. Laurinaitis was there. So I was seeing some former Buckeyes.
Kurt Coleman might have been there.
Might have had Kurt Coleman. I do remember the tenacity at which Michael Thomas gave every single rep. Yeah. I remember coming away impressed with that. You pick a guy and you just try to fix your eyes on him. Yeah. And he was clearly hindered by some kind of hand injury too for that particular practice, but he was still practicing his butt off, even though you could tell that he was like kind of with his mannerisms, he was getting over like a little bit of frustration with the hand hurting him, but he was still doing it. And I think, Ohio State fans, they get a chance to feel what that's like for their college football team. And it's so cool what we got going on now.
Yeah. Now, to speak on Mike always practiced with a purpose.
Sure.
He literally took like his reps and act like it was a game rep for him. So I always admire Mike for being able to do those things. Now, as far as the Ohio State goes, it's very training camp vibes. You got the DJs out there, a lot of energy. Players are more locked in because, one, obviously you're going to have some juice because it's day one, but what adds extra juice is you got a crowd out there. You're not about to embarrass me in front of this crowd. You're not, because they're going to hear you go, ooh,
for sure.
I'm not.
It's going to be filmed by somebody.
You going to go straight to social media. We ain't having that today. So, I would have been tapped in and locked in for my day one as well.
All right. Bodeman, start me up. What do we got here?
Guys, little NFL/college football pulse to kick things off here. The NFL Network's annual player survey of the best 100 players in the league is out. 5 Buckeyes made the cut. In order here, from top to bottom. C.J. Stroud is number 20. Nick Bosa, number 27. Garrett Wilson, number 72. Terry McLaurin, number 97. And Cam Hayward, one spot behind McLaurin at 98. I did see this, too, that you guys want to take a guess at who had the most? It's a pretty easy guess.
Alabama.
Good guess. Yep. Ohio State was...
How many?
9.
9, almost double the Buckeyes.
Ohio State was tied for second most, though, with 5, along with LSU and...
Clemson?
Notre Dame.
Ooh.
Clemson had 3. Mississippi State and Oklahoma at 4.
5 in there?
Oh, yeah.
Who's the
NFLU,
5?
baby.
You got the 5 by name?
Do you remember?
Maybe off the top of my head. Harrison Smith, probably. I know Julian Love was on there, and Kyle Hamilton. Safety you, baby. You guys
what about Zach?
Lay off that DBU play.
Hey. What about
Zach
any offensive lineman?
Yeah, Zach Martin. Probably Quentin Nelson.
Stanley? No.
Quentin Nelson.
That's
a guess.
Yeah.
I'm not
Quentin Nelson better be on there. He's like arguably the best guard in the game. Well, I guess,
But how about, hold on. C.J. Stroud in 1 year has that kind of respect and reputation from his peers. We're talking about C.J. Stroud in 1 year. We've gone from not ever having an Ohio State player go to that league and quarterback and mean business. And then in one rookie season, He's now got the entire league putting him in the top 20 overall as players and the best Buckeye at that level. Now, again, you can say 1 year is good enough. We know that it's not. You've got to throw a good 5 years out there to really be a full-fledged, consistent starter. Most of us just assume he's going to do that because what we saw was brilliance. And if he doesn't get hurt, I can only see him getting better and becoming even more of a superstar.
Is he higher on that list than Josh Allen?
I don't have the whole list like 1 through 100 right now.
I feel like he might be higher than Josh Allen.
I could see that too. I mean, he's 20. It's only 19 players in the league ahead of that.
Just some of the things he did this year. Didn't he have a game? Didn't he beat Cincinnati, like in Cincinnati or something like that? He did.
I think you're right on that. Yeah.
He did some
I was
things
at the game.
here.
I was at the game, Tyvis.
You went to that game?
Unbelievable. Joe was not his normal Joe self. He had 2 really bad interceptions that were costly. And CJ had a pick near the end of the game. It was a pick or a fumble that allowed the Bengals to get back in. It was a great Cincy comeback. And then Joe, remember, hit Tyler Boyd right in both of his hands, and it could have won the football game for him.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
instead they kicked
yeah, that's right.
Instead they kicked a field goal that put him up by like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
They needed the touchdown to be safe because with 1:20 left and the way CJ was cooking, he was getting them into field goal position.
Yeah,
and he got him into field goal position. They kicked to win the game.
So the top 10 will come out tomorrow night. So we actually don't know the top 10 just yet. But ahead of Stroud in terms of 11 through 20, or 19, I guess, if you will, in terms of quarterbacks, Dak Prescott is number 16. Jalen Hurts, 15. And then Josh Allen was number 12.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I was going to say,
I would imagine
got to be ahead of those
Pat
2
Mahomes
guys.
and Joe Burrow, maybe top 10.
And
I
Lamar
honestly
Jackson,
don't know the list. Yeah, Lamar
NFL
was great last year.
NFL media has the top 10 players that we don't know the order of right now. Max Crosby. How about that? Max Crosby, a top 10 player. Myles Garrett. Crosby's good. He is really good. Tyreek Hill, Lamar, Chris Jones, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, McCaffrey, TJ Watt, and Trent Williams. Trent Williams, at his age, I can remember when he was a big deal in D.C., and it was like a decade ago. And he had already played a lot of football for him, and that franchise screwed with his head so much that he didn't want to be around anymore. He has had an entire second act, which has still been brilliant with the San Francisco 49ers. Washington could have had that guy.
It did end bad in Washington.
Oh, it ended horribly.
I forgot about that.
It was medical record stuff for not doing right by him health-wise, and he just hated it, was not going to ever play for them again, and had to be gone.
And Joe Burrow was 39 on that list, so he is ahead of Joe.
Makes sense with the injury? Yeah.
Yeah. What other Buckeyes? Because you heard him, Cam Hayward, Terry McLaurin.
I'm mad Denzel ain't on there.
Okay, yeah, Wilson. Sorry, why did I say Wilson twice? Garrett Wilson. Nick Bosa. Wilson!
It could be
Stroud.
I feel like it could be so many more Buckeyes. You can have.
It feels low, doesn't
Marshawn, he was out last year. Joey was out last year.
No Joey Bosa, and no Nick is on here, but no Joey.
I did think it's kind of a reflection of last season, though, right?
Yeah, it's just all last season.
It is.
It was a lot of people hurt, but it's Joey. It's Marshawn. They're still like one of the top. They like top in their position.
Well, it tells you what the lifespan is like for running backs because Zeke is a long way off of this list, but there was a time where he would have been. Michael Thomas in the 4 years that he had right out of the gates, one of the best receivers in football, how quickly those things can end. Chris Olave not really doing enough in his rookie season to pop up there.
He needed QB bad.
You got Derek Carr.
Stop it.
Where's he at in this top 100?
I don't know if Derek Carr
top 200 maybe
is on this list. Yeah, not going to be on this list right here. All right, Bo man, what's next?
I like it. All right, guys, we're gonna pivot.
Jacket. Go ahead.
Went a little longer than I was expecting. We're going to pivot a little bit here because on my laptop back at my desk, I have our ESPN Plus station login. But on this computer, it's saying I need a code that got sent to Fish. So we're going to pivot just a little bit to this article that's actually free on ESPN. Must-see non-conference games. This isn't in any particular order, but I'll read through them, and you guys just let me know kind of what jumps out and stop me at any point here. To open the season, got 3 big games in week 1 they have here. Miami at Florida, Notre Dame at Texas A&M, and Penn State at West Virginia. Couple week 2 games, Texas at Michigan and Colorado at Nebraska. Week 3, Alabama at Wisconsin and Oregon at Oregon State for that's the Civil War, right?
That Alabama at Wisconsin.
I'll stop you.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that one that Tyvis said, and obviously the Texas at Michigan, very intriguing game because we talked about Michigan's very tough schedule, and Texas is obviously a school that's right at the top of college football again this year. Got to go on the road, though. It's not a neutral site game. That's in Ann Arbor, right, Bo?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's all the difference.
That does make a difference.
Of course it makes a difference.
The thing about the Wolverines is they actually have what it takes to win that game because, like I said, they got the stud corner and they got the defensive tackles. If they get in there, I don't know what their edge rusher looks like, but usually they've been putting edge rushers in the NFL at a high clip as of lately. So I would imagine they got somebody there. Offensively is the only thing. And like I said, they still want to run the ball. They still got a good offensive line. If they blowing Texas off the line, then they can still do the things that they want to do.
Yeah, it's a big noon kickoff on September 7th there.
I'm sure it is.
Keep going, Bodie.
Yeah, a few more here. UCLA at LSU on September 21st. November 9th, Florida State is at Notre Dame. Florida is at Florida State November 30th. And also November 30th at the end of the season is Notre Dame at Southern California.
What's the Notre Dame game for you? Is it back to being the USC game? Or is it the A&M game? What's the saucy game for you, for the Irish?
A&M for sure. Just because it's week 1. And if Notre Dame wins that game, the schedule book your playoff tickets. The schedule just really opens up after that. You get Louisville and Florida State at home. You go to USC, but I don't know what to make it of USC this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they're kind of maybe a little broken down by the end of the year, just because I'm not sure they're a team that has the depth along the line of scrimmage.
Bodie,
plus if they lose 3 or 4 games.
Do y'all have any receivers?
Yes, receiving. I think this will be the best receiving core they've had in at least 3 years. The last 2 years, it was absolute hot trash garbage. Thank you, Brian Kelly. But I think the receiver room will be pretty strong this year. They don't have a Will Fuller or Michael Floyd running around out there.
Did I read that?
Well, those are some names.
That would be nice.
Tyler Buckner came back as a walk-on as a receiver.
Yes, Buckner's back, baby.
What?
I love that kid.
He's on a lacrosse scholarship.
I wish. Yep, that's correct.
And he walked on the football team as a receiver?
He walked into Marcus Freeman's office. He said, Tyler Buckner, San Diego, California. Marcus said, who do you play for? He said, I play for the University of Notre Dame.
I don't care what sport.
If we could get 85 Tyler Buckners running around out there.
We want the right ones.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
I'm looking for the best players, Craig. I'm looking for the right ones.
Unbelievable.
I absolutely love that kid. I hope there's some sort of moment where, I don't know, maybe there's a blowout and he can catch a touchdown or something.
But Bodie, he left y'all.
That's okay. He came home.
Oh, my
That's all right.
goodness.
It's like a circle.
Yes, the circle of life.
It just goes back to South Bend.
Simba left.
You can leave.
Then he came on home.
Come right
Once
on
he
back.
switched up, he can't come back.
Nah,
you should
he
have
can
told him
come
to
home.
stay in Alabama.
Tommy screwed him over.
Oh, that's good stuff. Bo, man, thank you so much.
Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
Let me tell you something about Tyler Buckner. He's a kid that does everything right. He's respectful to the media. He's respectful to the public. He loves Notre Dame.
And you tried to kick him.
Yeah, when he's
tried
down.
to kick him when he's down.
I said, no, Tyler.
Where are we at? As a society.
Y'all are sick.
Come on home, TV.
With fall camp season starting up, there comes another season that we love around here. That's coming up. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
It's Kubota Orange Days, your golden opportunity to score a deal that'll make your neighbors green with envy. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. And get the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off L3302 tractors.
A Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town.properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint. With their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind or grab a carryout. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
When you need urgent care and you need it fast, where you go makes all the difference. When you choose advanced urgent care from the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, you're choosing an advanced level of urgent care led by Ohio State emergency physicians. We offer walk-in treatment for more serious illnesses and injuries such as broken bones, abdominal pain, and pneumonia, all with shorter wait times and less cost than an emergency department. When your illness or injury can't wait, the choice is clear.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
We don't talk politics on the Fan. Instead, you'll hear us talk about the Ohio State Buckeyes, the NFL, food, family, and fun. We're your safe space. Except when Common Man violates it by playing fart noises. The Fan, Ohio's politics-free destination.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save on this snack time favorite. Red, white, or black seedless grapes are on sale, just $1.49 a pound with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little breezy, but otherwise hot and humid with a few storms later on this Thursday evening. Temperatures running in the low 90s. Overnight down to the low 70s. Warm and muggy to start your Friday. During the day, we'll see more clouds than sun. Hot and humid again with scattered evening thunderstorms. Highs Friday in the upper 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The show that knows how to throw a big, giant Buckeye party. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Yes, you are. Timmy and Tyvis here on a Thursday night. Party on, Tyvis.
Party on, Timmy.
And party on, Bodeman. Party on, boys. He's entertaining our guest coming up in the next segment, which we're going to be very excited to talk about. Handball. I can't wait.
It's a very popular game.
It's one of those Olympic sports that you see it on TV and at first you're like, what the hell is going on out there? And they're on a basketball court type of surface.
Yes.
And they are just chucking this dodgeball size looking thing. 70, 80 miles an hour, just chucking it into a net, just trying to score goals.
It's like when you're at home or if you just got the Olympics on and when it comes on and you glance at it, it's like hard to look away. It's like, man, it looks really fun. So, yeah, I was locked in this for the Olympics.
And more important than that, they get to wear really cool tracksuits.
Yes,
and
that you love.
Had a big part in how Tracksuit Friday started to become a thing. So we'll be excited to do that coming up here at 7:33. Today's fan poll, though, you can check it out on Twitter and X at 971thefan or go to 971thefan.com. What's your favorite storyline through week one of the Olympics? You've got U.S. women's rugby. I know T-Bone's been all in on that. I have a large amount of respect for rugby. I just haven't had it in front of me. You know how it is? Like you pull up your YouTube TV and there's like 7 different things there and you just kind of wander and click on some things. I just hadn't happened to click on rugby. It's nothing against it. I just haven't gone to it. I've seen handball. Like the algorithms, they know. Like you like that. You want to watch that. Yeah. I saw some golf this morning. You got Katie Ledecky, Leon Marchand, and Simone Biles. Yeah. I would go Simone Biles just because she's the GOAT. And what would you say?
I mean, Simone Biles is definitely the GOAT for sure. I think if I had to vote, I would take that. But Katie Ledecky and beating these girls by 15 seconds.
Unbelievable, right?
I was like,
they take the picture of her at the wall and there's nobody else in the frame.
Like, I was like, this is ridiculous. So I was actually happy to see that. But Simone Biles going through what she went through to her last time being out there to where she's at now, it's great.
Yeah, helping them to team gold. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So there was we talked about this on Monday when I was sitting in with T-Bone. I saw a graphic and it was just Victor Wembanyama, right?
Okay.
And you've heard about Simone Biles and the air height she can reach, right?
Yes.
When she's in the floor routine.
Yeah.
I don't care if there's springs on those floors or not. I don't care. It's still mightily impressive. She's 4'8", and sometimes she can
Is she that short?
Sometimes she can get above 12 feet. And I saw a graphic at like her maximum air height that she achieved.
Just say?
The bottom of her feet would be on top of Victor Wembanyama's head. That's with her being 4 feet 8 inches tall. Victor being 7'5" or whatever he is. And if she hits north of 12 feet of air height, her feet would be on top of Victor's head. That's how high up she'd be.
There's no way that's real.
It is real. Have you seen her? It looks like she's 30 feet up in the air when she's bouncing off of the, doing the triple flips and whatnot.
Somebody need to throw her a oop.
That's what I said. She can dunk, right?
Throw her a oop.
She can dunk.
I would be shocked
now,
if she
might have to get the momentum, but I'm thinking like even on a basketball court, if she started doing, like you see cheerleaders, they do the handsprings, right? And they go again and again and again and again. They do it all the way down the court. Now, if she got a good head of steam going and then, boom, hit the afterburners and then exploded, could we pop a basketball to her and she can dunk it down?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
wondering.
I want to see that. I think I seen Kevin Durant tweeting something like that about her dunking.
Right? Like she's got to be able to dunk, right? It just adds up.
That's incredible. Too.
She's incredible. She's incredible. All right. So with camp season, with us getting back to football, that brings forth watch list season. And for some reason, have you felt it too? People on social media and whatnot get hot and bothered, almost upset about watch list season. Like,
why?
You don't want to be, it doesn't matter being on a preseason list. It's the list at the end of the season that matters the most.
That is
well,
true.
Duh.
That's true.
But why? That's obvious, though. Why would you point out something that is so obvious? Of course, it's more important to be on the actual list. But what are you going to make it out like it's bad, to be predicted, to be thought highly of? Clearly, that means that you have worked hard or coming off of a great season or people like what you're about and your work ethic. That's what we do. That's what the internet does for 3 or 4 months leading up to a season is we debate and we predict how football players are going to perform.
Well, I think that they just don't want people to let it go to their head. They want them to be humble, want them to keep working and keep being hungry and make it happen. I think that's what people think. I mean, to me, it's an honor to be like, okay, yeah, they recognize me as the top. But at the end of the day, yeah, I got to go out here and I got to prove it. It makes you pay attention to me even more now because people got high expectations for me.
I feel like there is less press clipping reading going on with college football players this day and age, especially the guys here at Ohio State. I've spoken a few times this week about the maturity level.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like these guys are more about business. They have opportunity.
Yeah.
They have their own names to look after because they can profit off of them now.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you want to go around being a dude that, you know, is egotistical and cares more about himself or getting numbers than being look, if you're going to be that good, my stance has always been the numbers will follow.
Yeah.
If you're going to work hard and you're going to do it for the team, then you're also going to be helping yourself because you're going to be a great football player, and great football players get great numbers.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
I mean, yeah, listen. They shouldn't care nothing about no watch list anyways. It is definitely about the national championship. These guys have a chip on their shoulders. Obviously, you know, with all the expectations, they got to fulfill them all. And there's no point to be looking at watch lists and all of that. I don't even think they care about that right now because at the end of the day, I think all they care about is holding up the trophy at the end, and that's how it should be.
All right, so you got Denzel Burke and Caleb Downs. They are among the 42 DBs that are on the Jim Thorpe Award watch list. Obviously, one of the big-time college football awards that you'd like to hoist up at the end of the season. You've also got a nation-high 4 players on the Nagurski Trophy watch list. Boabman, one of your Notre Dame Fighting Irish, has the Nagurski, right?
Yeah, Xavier Watts, who won that last year.
Watts has it.
We tried to do that the other night on an update and didn't get to it in time.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
What are you talking about? Fill me in.
Was this, when was this, Tyvis? Tuesday night?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Just ran out of time, Timmy. It's 60 seconds and I needed about 70. So
you were like in the middle of it and you got run? Is that what you're saying? The bed ran out on you and you just had to stop?
Not literally. I just had to stop, but it was pretty obvious that I ran out of time.
Good.
So,
Tito was nice enough.
I like to know about these things.
Tito was nice enough to come back and let him finish it. And
the update got extended into the college football pulse. But yes, Xavier Watts is back for his senior season.
I'm going to just assume that he's on the watch list as well, seeing as how he has the trophy and all.
He's on there.
But the 4 Buckeyes that made it, you're talking about Denzel Burke and Caleb Downs, who are on the Thorpe, and then Tuimoloau and Tyleik Williams. No Jack Sawyer getting the love on the watch list. I'm trying to see how many are on it. I don't know what the exact number. 75? Yeah, 75 guys on that, and Jack Sawyer didn't sneak in there. Also, Tyleik Williams, Josh Fryer, and Donovan Jackson are named to the Outland Trophy watch list. That's what? Does that one just go to the best interior lineman? Can be either offense or defense because we got offensive and defensive guys there.
Which trophy was that?
Outland.
Yeah, I think so.
Am I getting that right? Interior lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I think.
What's Remington?
Isn't
Center?
Josh Fryer
I think center.
a tackle?
Yeah, you're right. Josh Fryer is a tackle.
Wasn't Brock Bowers up for one of those like last season?
Was he?
I thought he was, and it was
Maybe
just
there's
like one
some
of those
wiggle
things
room.
where it's like, what?
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of wiggle room right there. But watch list season, something that is here as we're getting ready to be back to football. Okay, we here at the Buckeye Show, we're fans of an under-the-radar sport, and we think you should get on board with it while the Olympics are here. And the reasons for it trace right back here to Ohio State, which we're going to talk about next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
An ex-jock and a very puffy, smooth-faced man. These are the first voices you should hear. Morning Juice. Your wake-up service.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Ah, the sounds of back to school time. There's plenty to about this time of year, so let Cane's take something off your plate by putting something on it, like hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
It's time to start saving with deals for days at Giant Eagle and Market District. From the everyday essentials to your must-have branded favorites, Deals for Days has low prices on more than 1,000 items across the store. Don't delay. These discounted prices on your go-to groceries will only be available for a limited time. Learn more about Deals for Days at gianteagle.com or dive into savings today at your local Giant Eagle or Market District.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. How much income will you need to retire? Let us help make sure you reach your financial goals. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Rothman and Ice.
You don't want the big splash. You get knocked for that. Just the amount of, flips and all. I'm in on the stuff that happens in the water. That works for me.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up 2 brand new showrooms in the Columbus area, located in Reynoldsburg and Polaris, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, mybobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my 2 brand new Bob's Discount Furniture stores coming to Reynoldsburg and Polaris this summer.
Get Bob's Discount!
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Introducing Optimized IT, the managed services division of Modern Office Methods. With our cutting-edge managed IT services, we ensure your business always stays ahead of the curve, keeping you one step ahead of your competition. We bring proven management strategies to the table to support your current IT team, as well as provide insight on how to maximize efficiency, helping you achieve your goals faster. Concerned about security? Our backup solutions help guarantee your data is protected around the clock, giving you peace of mind. Start at OptimizedIT.net for your free IT assessment. Stay ahead, stay secure, and stay optimized.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hating Michigan is our favorite national pastime. This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, so we've been trying to do this for a couple of months right now. He's been hitting me up on social media. We've been speaking with each other. And Tracksuit Friday, of course, had become a thing. Why did it become a thing? Look, I don't know. Maybe that's not the question to ask, because a lot of us have been here for more than 10 years. A lot of us are married, and we're not trying to impress anyone anymore. And when you're just, plowing through days of a year, you're trying to find ways to have fun and entertain yourselves, and you guys too. So we just start wearing wild stuff. Like if we could drape ourselves in velvet, we would do that if it was socially acceptable. So tracksuits became a cool, fun thing. Looking like one of the Albanians from the movie Taken, something like that, trying to get Liam Neeson's daughter.
Good luck.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
Tripollo. Good luck.
So they became a thing, and our friends at the Ohio State Team Handball Club wanted to get in on it, and they sent me and the Common Man these beautiful red and black tracksuits that come from this Danish tracksuit company called Hummel. Yeah, Robbie Hummel from Purdue. Same guy. Not at all. And so JD Orr, who is the founder and the coach of the Ohio State Team Handball Club, is joining us in the studio here. And if you guys are checking us out, you might want to flip on YouTube Live because we're all here. And this was so cool of you to stop by. And he brought by some, these are not official size handballs.
Those are kids balls.
Okay, so these are also Hummel brand as well. So these guys are big in the handball game.
Yeah, Hummel's kind of like the Nike of Europe. So they do a lot of different sports equipment, gear, things like that. So it's a pretty big brand over in Europe.
Well, I first want to know, why would you give a couple of idiots like us these beautiful tracksuits? And I thank you very much for it. I'm wearing it right now for the people watching on YouTube.
It's fantastic. You know, you guys talked about it. You're local. I want to help get the word out there and get you guys rocking some great Ohio State gear. So I would have brought one for Tyvis, but
you brought him a sweatsuit, though.
I brought him
Hold
a
the sweatsuit up,
the next best thing I could come up with in my
I'm
inventory
gonna definitely
closet.
wear this, so you did right by me, and I appreciate it.
Excellent.
He's got logos on that. He got Tyvis some black sweatpants and then a dark gray quarter zip sweatshirt.
Yep.
So it's got the Blocko on it as well. Team Handball Club. How the hell did you get into this?
That's what I want to know.
Wild times. When I was a kid, my parents took us to like day camps and stuff like that during the summer. They taught us how to play a game what they called ultimate handball. Brought it back to the neighborhood. Just became our neighborhood game that me and the kids in the neighborhood would play.
Gotta love those.
Next thing I know, 2012 Olympics come up, and I'm like, Dad, sitting there watching, I'm like, why do we not have a handball team at Ohio State? I was a sophomore, going to be a sophomore. And he's like, I don't know, you should just start the team. So I got some of my buddies. I worked in BC Bay, got all my buddies that were at Ohio State with me. And I was like, hey, let's start a handball team. So sure enough, we started the team. Guy sitting next to me at the president's meeting, he was with some Bible study group. He's like, hey, do you know Mark Ortega? And I was like, I know the name. Mark was the captain of the national team at the time. He's like, oh yeah,
okay.
That's my brother. He just moved back to Columbus from playing professionally. Here's his phone number. So literally from that moment.
So you have a player that's ready to help.
So he came in, became our coach. All my friends quit. He took it way too seriously. So it's just he and I would train pretty much on a couple-day basis for a couple hours at a time. Got me onto the junior national team. From there, I was pretty much hooked. I went to 3 countries in 3 months. From playing handball within like a 6-month period. So
that's
from there,
awesome. Good for you.
No looking back.
So why goalie? Because you play goalie. Why? How did you get talked into playing goalie?
Not great. Mark, at our first couple of practices was like, hey, who here's played goalie in any other sport? I was a fat kid growing up, so I played lacrosse goalie. So I'd played goalie pretty much all the time, and I was like, I play lacrosse goalie. He's like, why don't you start there and we'll see. And I was too good to leave, so nobody else wanted to. So that was pretty much how I got stuck in between the pipes and have never left.
I'm assuming you were always just a big fan of the Olympics.
Yeah, of course.
Under the radar sports, were they just near and dear to your heart? Like, let's give some love to some of these other great games that are played around the globe.
Yep, and that's become a little bit of a problem for me on Twitter as I get into these niche sports. So, like the korfball people are coming at me like, hey,
what the hell's that?
Can we do a clinic in Cincinnati? It's also known as netball.
What's that?
Basically, it's like really big in Australia. It's essentially basketball with no backboard and no dribbling.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, so really big in women's game. So you pass the ball, you don't get any steps, no contact, and then there's a certain area that only the shooter's allowed to shoot uncontested, and then it's just a rim with no backboard.
Interesting.
Wow, it's like 20v20. There's just a ton of people out on the court. It's just chaos.
20v20.
There's a lot of people. There's way too many. Way too many.
So getting back to handball, what pulled you into this game? Because it looks like it's on a basketball-sized surface. Are we pretty close with that? An NBA-sized basketball court?
Not quite.
Not quite.
So, one thing at a time. Court dimensions, 133 feet by 66 feet. NBA's 94 by 50.
Right.
So it's a good bit bigger than an NBA court. It's really a combination of everything. Like, I grew up playing baseball, football, just hanging around the backyard with your friends, just throwing the ball around. This is literally that. You just pass the ball to your friends and you chuck it in the net as hard as you can. And not to mention when you get older and you learn the rules and the defense is full contact, it gets a lot more fun. So you can light people up. You being a safety, come in and lay the wood.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
So I was listening to Tyvis when he was on with T-Bone. I don't know if you caught any of that show last week. and I caught this segment where Tyvis was lamenting how he never gets to hit anything anymore, and he misses that part, and he was actually considering going to a metal concert with Bone to fulfill this need. Why not just play some handball and join the club?
Hey, as an Ohio State, who do y'all play? Like, what other schools is big in the handball or have a handball club?
To be completely real with you, there's only about 15 colleges throughout the country, so we travel quite a bit. But there's more handball in a 3-hour radius here of Columbus than anywhere else in the country. So we got Miami, Ohio, Cincinnati, Case Western, Pitt. We're starting a team up at Kentucky this fall.
You say we. You're helping start a team in Kentucky, too?
I plant my seeds everywhere. So there's not a lot of people in this.
I hear you.
I hear you. It's just me. Marietta College, I got a kid that found us. We were on local news here on Tuesday. He saw it, came out to our practice. He's a punter at Marietta. He's like, I'm just going to get my teammates and some of my frat brethren, and we'll just start a team. And I was like, there we go. So I'm offering a scholarship to anybody in high school and college that wants to start a team. I'll give you $1,000, just straight cash, whatever you want to do to, I'll give you the supplies as well, but just getting people off the ground.
This is amazing, man.
Amazing.
It really is. The love for the game is just bursting.
Championships, since how many years have y'all been doing this, and who won it all last year?
So on the Ohio State level, I started the team in 2012, fall of 2012. And West Point has won, I believe, like 27 out of the last 28 college national championships.
West Point. They're the ones.
United States Military Academy.
They're one of those 15 you speak of?
Yes.
So
they
27 of 20. Well, who was the outlier?
UNC won a fluke year. Springfield's own Miles Bacon. Shout out Miles. He was the dog that led them to a championship. But basically, West Point practices 5 days a week. They're already in peak physical condition. So it's a little hard for us as a club sport to compete, when our practices are 10 to midnight on a Wednesday.
So tell me, if anybody is flipping around with the Olympics and they catch some of this, because again, like I mentioned, you pull up your YouTube TV account and it's just like 9 different boxes and it's all these events. And I can remember before it started, it gave me this prompt that showed me all the sports, and I was able to click on buttons to just record. So handball was one of them that I stored away. But explain just the setup of the game real quick, like how the scoring works, and like, is it just one game, like time-wise, and then you move on to the next round? How does it go?
Yeah, so it's 2 30-minute running clock halves. It's 6 court players and a goalie, so 7-on-7. There's a 6-meter arc that surrounds the goal that only the goalie is allowed inside of. So if the defense is playing inside there, it's going to be a penalty shot. The offense, they can jump in and release the ball before they hit the ground. But if they're inside there, it'll be a change of possession. Everything with defense is shoulders to waist, chest to chest. You got to be between the guy with the ball and the goal. But the offense, you get the ball, you take 3 steps, you can dribble as much as you want. You pick up your dribble, you get 3 more steps. You got 3 seconds to pass or shoot. There's blue cards, red cards, yellow cards. There's 2-minute penalties like lacrosse and hockey. So a lot of different aspects of a lot of other sports that America already, watches. What's funny is that handball was invented well prior to many of the games that Americans know and love. So that's what's crazy is it was developed in the late 1800s.
That's awesome.
As a wintertime solution for soccer players.
JD Orr, he is the founder and the coach of Ohio State Team Handball's club. Just stay there. We got one more segment, and then the show's over. So just stay there. We'll shoot the breeze. We're going to do the very best with the Bucks on the social fronts tonight. # Buckeyes coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Ah, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan. They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town.properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
The drums bang, the flame sparks, the trumpets blow, the hot dogs sizzle, the crowd cheers, the fans eat. The sounds of Buckeye football are synonymous with the best damn band in the land in the stadium and the Weber Grills outside the stadium. Weber is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. To celebrate another season, Weber is launching a limited edition Ohio State grill, inspired by our Buckeye helmets. Get the best damn grill in the land at Ohio area retailers near you ahead of the football season.
Common Man and T-Bone.
I've had it where I'm standing there and it's just like, you got to be done by now. And there's whoosh, and I'm like, I'm not done. Stop whooshing. Let me finish.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Ah, the sounds of back to school time. There's plenty to about this time of year, so let Cane's take something off your plate by putting something on it, like hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Protect your engine with Quaker State and save big money at Menards. Quaker State Full Synthetic Motor Oil is engineered to give your engine more power, more wear protection, longer engine life, and more performance. Save big money on all Quaker State products at Menards. America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction, according to JD Power. For JD Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Save big money at Menards.
Tired of rising food prices? Start saving with Deals for Days at Giant Eagle and Market District. Enjoy low prices on more than 1,000 of your go-to grocery items store-wide. Dive into deals for a limited time at your local Giant Eagle and Market District.
Had a devastating knee injury, tore my ACL, tore my PCL, shredded my medial meniscus, and had an initial surgery. That really didn't hold. Had another follow-up surgery around 8 years later. That didn't work, and I didn't want to undergo another surgical procedure.
Enough with the surgeries. They didn't ease the pain, and recovery was brutal. Carmen heard about another treatment for pain relief, the non-invasive regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics.
I simply figured, heck, I'm going to pick up the phone and call QC Kinetics. And since I've been treated, my quality of life has dramatically gotten better, and I can't thank QC Kinetics enough.
These are the nation's leaders in regenerative medicine. QC Kinetics uses the body's own healing components to help provide relief and functionality.
10 months ago, I had difficulty walking up and down a flight of steps. Now I can do just about anything I desire. I'm back to the old me.
If you have joint pain, before you consider surgery, call QC Kinetics. The consultation is free.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
All right, a lot of the tags, Tyvis, are football related, right? I mean, we've got camp firing up. It's just an exciting time. We got the first of 4 practices in the books, so we got one more tomorrow, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and then I could pull up the schedule. It's going to be going on all the way to that first game on August 31st.
Yeah.
That first game is coming, man.
It's the fact that it's finally here. And then, like I said, we get some NFL action tonight. Granted, the starters aren't playing, but we got a Buckeye that we can cheer for that we'll see a lot of tonight. So it's a good time.
I saw Brandon Beam's post this morning. I was checking things out because I knew that we were going to be, setting up the stage and having the shows out there and wondering, what exactly that was going to look like with, I didn't think players were going to be able to stop by, but Ryan Day was able to stop by right at the tail end of the, I think it was of the 10 o'clock hour.
Was it Bishop? No,
yeah,
it was
with Bishop and Friends.
11 o'clock. He was there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, like right before 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or right after. Yeah. He got there 5 minutes before he went on to do his press conference. But Beam just, his shift is 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. So I imagine he was there at 5:30-ish or so. And it's dark. And it's just a picture of the beautiful practice field outside the Woody Hayes. and it's dark, and the lights are shining, and there's just nobody in this frame. It's just a football field ready to be practiced on. So it's kind of cool.
Well, the coolest one was today was Bobby's birthday.
That's right.
And
happy birthday, Bob.
And Bobby ran them 20 gassers in 18 seconds.
Yeah.
And he
likes doing that stuff.
Got the video of him doing it, his last one with Beam clocking him. And he got it in 18 seconds.
Where is this on his Twitter?
It's on his Twitter.
It's on Bobby's
Yeah.
Twitter. There's another one there that Beam threw up. It just says the gang's back together, and it's Beam and Baby Beam, flanked by Bobby and Anthony Schlegel. So that was a good one, too. A lot of meat in that photo right there. But the thing that I always joked with Bobby about is we used to do the show back a long time ago when I first started here for the first 2 years. His birthday is August 1st.
Mm-hmm.
August 1st was always a special day for me as a golfer. You remember the date. You're going to remember the date for the rest of your life until you get your next one. That was the date of my hole-in-one, August 1st. I was 19 years old when I got mine at a golf course out in Utah.
You got a hole-in-one?
I got a hole-in-one, yeah. When I was 19.
Is that the only one?
Of course, it's the only one. And it was a legit one. It was 216 yards.
216.
With a 3-iron. Yeah, downhill.
If I ever get a hole-in-one.
Down mountain, really.
That's it. I'm putting the club down. I'm laying the club down and I'm walking
It was
off.
the perfect situation because nobody drinks in Utah, and I was underage anyway.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to buy any of the drinks. But I've been searching for the next one ever since. And then the kicker happened.
Wait a minute. If you get a hole-in-one, you got to buy drinks?
Yeah, that's just a thing. You buy drinks. You buy rounds. Because you're so stoked that you hit a hole-in-one. Could be the only time you ever do that. Rounds on me.
But
I'm
Tim,
buying.
I don't drink, though.
Lemonade.
Oh, I could do that.
I just got everybody free sodas because I worked at the golf course, so I had free soft drinks.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, what do you want? Dr. Pepper, Coke, whatever. So then completely random, that is separate from Bobby's birthday and the hole-in-one, but just a funny thing is that it turned out that is the exact day that I got my hole-in-one. So this would have been August 1st, 2003. Was the day that Rick Pitino was doing the thing in the Italian restaurant. So it was sort of his hole-in-one, my hole-in-one, Bobby's birthday, all August 1st.
What a
So there
day.
you go. Rick
What a
Pitino, one of the legends, right? JD Orr, that voice you're hearing, he was kind enough to take a trip down to the studio. He is the founder and the coach of Ohio State's team handball club. If you remember this tracksuit that you might have seen now that the shows are all on YouTube Live, he brought one of these in for me and for Common Man back when Tracksuit Friday was becoming a thing. And look, we love learning about new games and new sports, and we're watching on the Olympics. And JD, I'm so disappointed to hear that Team USA has not been that deal. So I guess, I was going to ask you if working for the United States Team Handball Federation is like the lifelong goal of yours, but what's the deal with our club here?
Yeah, it's a complicated story. I work as an engineer by trade, so it's kind of tough to jump ship from there. But I was on the board of directors for U.S. Team Handball for 4 years, and right now, as you know, they're the only sport that Team USA did not send to Paris. Which
the
is
only
tough.
one that we didn't get out
32. Team Handball was the one. The other problem is that we have not qualified for the Olympics since '96 when we had an auto bid as the host country. So we had.
How did we do in '96, the Michael Johnson Olympics?
We did not finish last.
Okay,
but
not great.
Close to last.
So nowhere near a medal.
I have to go back. I want to say like 9th or 10th out of 12. So less than ideal. But yeah, right now the dynamic is U.S. Team Handball kind of manages the national teams, and me and another gentleman, Mike King, here in Columbus, he coaches our women's team. We've launched the U.S. Handball Union, which manages all the domestic league operations here in the United States. So we're kind of like trying to work together to create a merger to all play nice, and that way we can find a way to take handball to glory and get everybody in this great country the opportunity to play handball.
He sounds like he would want to coach. You would want to coach it at the national level, wouldn't you?
As someone who used to be on the coaching staff for the Team USA, I did several stints with the junior team, with the senior team. So I was at World Championships. I was deported out of Egypt. Long
Good
story
God.
there.
But doing some
I've been doing a lot of things on the national team level, both as a player and as coach. So I'd love to be a part of the coaching staff for LA. I'd like to be there in some capacity. I have full intentions. Everybody here knows that I'll be there in some capacity. So
okay, that's awesome.
Well, you should coach me up, and then I can run through some people, and we can bring the gold back to USA.
It won't take much, Tyvis. I'll tell you that much.
I think I could be a natural, Tim.
This ball's going 60 to 80 miles an hour. Not this one. This is a kid's ball,
That
but the
ball's probably
orange,
going faster
orange
than
one
that.
right there.
Purple
This
one,
one's
yeah,
going
this
90 to 100.
That means that I can rip it that fast.
Now you got a cannon, Tyvis.
They got to stop mine too. Like That's the thing.
I mean, the
like
picture.
If somebody score on me, I'm going to score right back.
The move that you love is like that flying,
the jump in the
that jump throw, because you can leave from outside the zone, right? You can elevate and then kind of lean in and just murder that thing.
Now, I'll be real with you, Tyvis.
Spit on that thing.
There's no Hawk Tua girl in handball yet, but a lot of our current men's team, they all play professionally in Europe. So they've been playing handball their entire life. And so, like, it's more of you probably are more athletic than I'd say a couple of those guys, straight up. But the reality is that the nuances of the games, the decision-making and little things like that, that's where we got to close that gap.
All right, we got to get out. But if anyone wants to contact you, anyone that's listening that's interested in the sport and just wants to get involved, where do they hit you up?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, JD Orr, Coach JD Orr. I think it's at Coach JD_Orr. You find handball anywhere in Columbus, you're going to find me. It's not hard. So just search Columbus Handball. It'll lead you to the Armada, lead it to me. So a lot of different routes to get to me. So
awesome. Thank you for coming in and spreading the love about this sport, and best of luck to you guys at OSU Team Handball.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
JD Orr, everybody. He's got tracksuits. Tyvis, if anybody missed anything on the show, where can they go to get the podcast audio?
They can go wherever they find their podcast audios. Will be available 5 to 10 minutes after the show is done.
Super easy. We've got football, baby. We've got football. The NFL is back. Hall of Fame game. Bears versus Texans. That's not you'll see. That's football. Coming up next on The Fan.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Hey Buckeye fans, the best new resort in the country is right here in the state of Ohio. Introducing the Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. Whether it's family fun, an adult getaway, a conference or event, there's no place like it. It's a year-round destination with the best golf, med spa, dining, salon and spa, pools, lounges, and activities. The Grand Resort will be the best staycation you've ever had. Go to the website, thegrandresort.com, or call 330-856-1900. The Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. We're waiting for you.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We go to war for you.
At Sugar Schnar Trial Attorneys, we don't back down. Accident? Call us today at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for free consultation. Know your rights because results matter. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you. Warforyou.com.
A system for every home and every budget with Logan Services 55th anniversary sale. Replace your air conditioner and save up to 55% on a qualifying Trane furnace. And take action with financing. 0% APR financing for 72 months. It's hard to stop a Trane. Estimates are free and next day installation is available now. So schedule your appointment online. We're the home of fast, friendly service